Ever since I became interested in mushrooms, I have heard of the lion's mane. Its weird shape, its taste, and its medicinal properties. I had never seen one, but it sounded so fantastical that I was allured. I would always try lion's mane teas and supplements when given the chance. Little did I know that in my local Pacific Northwest woods is an even weirder looking, medicinal, and reportedly just as tasty cousin of the lion's mane, Hericium abietis, or bear's head fungus. I first heard of bear's head when my friend mentioned seeing one on a run in the Cascades. I had not known there was even the potential for a look-alike to lion's mane. I forgot about it until I had to pick a fungus for this project, and could not find lion's mane in our local foraging books. Instead, I found Hericium abietis and Hericium americanum, the two bear's heads. After a considerable amount of pre-research, I discovered that abietis and americanum are nearly the same fungus, only usually growing on different woods and having different sized spores. I began to like abietis for its stunning aesthetic, like a frozen waterfall, its decomposing nature, and, like many mycophiles before me, its relative unknownness. Here is a brief guide to Hericium abietis, bear's head, and its known tendencies. Bear's head is a large spine mushroom. It grows out sideways from a fixed point and forms globular black brackets ending in drooping spines or teeth, which are around 5 to 10 millimeters, sometimes as much as 25 millimeters long, soft and brittle. It grows to be about 10 to 75 centimeters across and has been reported to grow up to 100 pounds. Bear's head can be distinguished from its lookalikes, H. erinaceus and H. americanum, by its salmon white coloring, becoming less white with age. This spine fungus can be found within the conifer forests of the Pacific Northwest, reaching up the coastal range of British Columbia and down almost to southern California. It shares the same elevation range as its conifer hosts, and according to David Aurora in Mushrooms Demystified, is more common higher up into the mountains. Bear's head grows on the sides or ends of downed conifers, fir, Douglas fir, and hemlock alike, and is more likely to be found on logs with one end in a wet area. Michael Bigg also notes H. abietis growing commonly on logs at sawmills. Hericium abietis drops spores from the teeth of its fruiting form. The spores to reproduce are the ones which land on wounded bark of a conifer and are able to outcompete other local species. The spores then live in the wood of the tree, causing white rot and heart rot until the tree dies. Only then does the fungus fruit through the wounded bark or exposed end grain. Bear's head fruits in late summer through fall, and will regrow in the same place on its log for several years after it's established. H. abietis is known for its preferred host tree, Abies, the genus for firs. Bear's head has adapted to live wherever firs do, choosing their wood as suitable for its particular appetite. Abietis is not known to have many predators other than humans, though it must compete with many other conifer-rotting fungi and bacteria to live. Abietis requires a moist, dead log to fruit, and a wounded tree in which to begin its growth. Bear's head mushroom is relatively under-researched, and so there lacks a broad understanding of its conservation needs. I was able to find one report on its cultivation which discusses the potential for H. abietis to be endangered. Since abietis is a wood-rotting fungus, it relies on dead or dying logs for habitat. As long as the timber industry continues and grows, the number of logs being left to be decomposed on the forest floor diminishes, and abietis habitat is lost. In turn, the cavities in logs left by the wood-rotting fungus serve as habitat for cavity-dwelling creatures such as birds and small mammals. The rippling effects of weakened bear's head fungus populations or other white rot fungus populations will certainly be noticeable. Bear's head mushroom is known to be edible and very good. It can be prepared by stir-frying, marinating, or cooking like fish, according to David Aurora, and its taste is likened to that of shellfish or other seafood. Other than edibility, historical and modern ethnobotany surrounding Hericium abietis is lacking, but its cousin, the lion's mane mushroom, shows great medicinal and culinary promise. Due to the similarities between lion's mane, Hericium erinaceus, and H. abietis, many wager that they would share medicinal properties such as stimulating and modulating the immune system, relieving stress, and boosting brain performance. More research and traditional ecological knowledge is needed to determine how similar these species really are and what benefits H. abietis has for humans and the world.